Right, I'm just going to do a quick video on about body shells and how I do my body shell. There's other videos out there that shows you how to do it, but this is the way I've been doing it for a little while. I think it's quite good. So basically, before I do anything, I like to put the window mask on that you get with the shell. So there you are. It's an M21 Montec one. And the reason why I do that first is because when you start cutting the holes out, you might get a bit of the plastic, the polycarbonate around that area. Maybe you might get a bit on there and you don't see it. It might muck it up. Anyway, that's my thinking anyway. The next thing I'll do was put it on the car. I won't cut it out because basically I just want to do the holes first. So, and by the way, this is this is my X-ray 25. Just getting the hang of that at the moment. So I'll put it on the car like this, on a stand, with the wheels not touching the floor. There we go. Look. It's a bit sketchy because I'm doing it on the phone like I normally do. I'm not a professional YouTuber with editing gear. It's just straight raw, off the cuff stuff. So yeah, I'll put it on there. I'll try and line it up. Right, there we go. Right, so on the side of the body shell, you've got the circle there, obviously where the wheel well is, and where you want to be cutting it out. Some of them have got gauges on the side, in the middle, so you can centre point it, and you can either have it moved forward or a couple of mil, or the same couple of mil back. But what you want to do is try and get the front wheels lined up with those. So put it on the car. You've got to eyeball it a bit. I mean, I know that there are some people out there and they measure from there to there with vernier and crossways and certain things, so you get it right. But then once you've got a shell that's perfect, you've done perfect, and you've wrecked it over a few race meetings, or maybe just in practice, you can sort of like, you can cut this out. You don't need all this. You can cut this out. This is one of mine I've done earlier. And just sit it on top of the car and use it as a template, which I could do with this right now, but I'm just going to go through how I do it, sort of thing. Anyway, yeah. So I'll try and eyeball the. You might see where the wheel well is, and I'll try and get that in the middle. I'll try and get that in the middle. And to keep it in position, you want something in the front so it doesn't slip down like this. You want to keep it as if my phone's not focusing. There we go. You want to keep it so it's in the same position. So I've got one of these. A Racing Arena Limburg Cup. If we remember them, they closed down a few years ago. Robert Mullenberg, I think his name is. Anyway, so we put that in the front there, just to stop the shell from slipping forward. And we'll eyeball the front wheel wells. So when I do the front, I always do the front body post first, because if you do the back ones first, you end up pushing the shell forward, and then it's no good, because it's the way that the shell will slip down. on the posts. So I'll just generally do the fronts first. I'll line it all up. That looks pretty good to me. You know, even. And then try and get the gap on the tyre on the edge, so there's a little bit of it's equal both sides. It's not going to rub the outer arch. It cuts your front tyres up, but then again you've got to cut the arches out big enough so it doesn't do it anyway. So I think that's near enough good enough for me, you know. When that, let's get a pen. So you see the line here goes to there, and that one goes to there. And when it drops down, you know it's gonna, that bit there is gonna be sort of around here. So I think that's lined up now. Obviously, on a lot of the body shells, they're not symmetrical, so you'll line one side up and it might be a little bit out to the other side, but it's actually square, but due to the nature of the moulding or whatever, generally they're not really bang on, but near as enough. So I'll do that. That one's coming forward a little bit. Sorry about the me moving the phone about. So I'll just leave that about there. I'll have another check. Probably doing a lot of heavy breathing and that. There we go. That looks better. I'll drop it on there. I'll dot it where just so everyone can see where the wheel arch is on the phone. There we go. So that when that drops down, that'll be alright. And we do the same for the other side. That looks right to me, you can't see it. So then just dot the post now. As long as you've got it in front of it's aligned with the wheel and everything on the front, and that's perfectly alright. But I'll dot the centre of the post on both sides. There you go. And then just ream those out. And generally when you do this now, the back ones, you need to do them a bit more forward than what they are positioned at, because the body shell will go at an angle, so the posts like that, but the body shell will go over like this. So you need to do it a bit more forward than what you think. But that's why I leave that to the last bit, and I'll do the front ones first. So I'll pause you for a sec, and I'll come back. I'll let you sort of show you. Right, back. There you go. That was a couple of seconds, about a minute. So I've done the front post now. I've cut nothing off the car. So I'll do that in a bit. Just a bit of lid on that. So as you can see, now it's sitting, wheel arch. It's there like that, you see. Near enough to go on a bit more, you know, but the way that my front bumper is, I can't get it to go any lower than where it is. Should be down there a bit. I don't think it matters too much, but. And then if you look at the other side, falling off. That's that. I would really like to get it a bit lower than that. There we go. Now you can do the bit of RCTV on the TV. Big shout out to RCTV. And now I can do the top holes. Mark the top hole. This should probably apply to all of the RC racing, really, body shells. So there we go. I'll do that there. Well, not that there, I've just moved it. But also just quickly check the back of the shell so that the rear wheels aren't going to catch the arch. You know, they're even, aren't they? They're about the same. So, sorry if this is a bit drawn out, literally. And I'll just mark that one there. And that one there. I know that it's the second one here. Not that one. Don't do that one. I'll just do that one. And yeah, that one there. 2 steps. I will just ream that up quickly. Focus. Cheap phone. Right, I've done that now. And I've reamed the holes out. Just quickly. So front holes first, line it up with the wheel arches, dot it out on the front, and then do the rear after once you've done that, and then it should just plop on like that. There we go. Look. That's it. Right, now to cut the wheel arches out, I like to just cut the excess off of here now and all the back, just so that you don't have to go in bananas with it. Just cut it off so that the car can sit on its own weight on the table, not on the old stand here, because obviously the springs are going to go up and the wheel's going to go up a little bit because of the suspension. So I'll bring it back for that one, but basically just cut the excess off, and then you can dot the centre of where the wheel is. It's not going to move too much more, but you can just do it like that. And the tools I'm actually using are a pair of curved scissors, get them from any model shop, Zen Racing do them, give them a ring. I'm sure they'll sort you out with a pair of straight scissors, get them from any shop really, any model shop, supermarket, whatever, stationery. I've got one of these Arima here with the measurements on it, and I've got this Moody Falls, still got a sticker on it, wheel arch cutter, which is amazing really. And you can just put your driver in there, and you can move this backwards or forwards to whatever size you want to do, cut your wheel arches out. So you can set it like that big for the rear, and then you might want it a little bit smaller for the front. Ideally, on the front, you just want to be cutting out the outline of the wheel arch around here in the polycarbonate. That's really what you're doing, or maybe a little bit bigger, just so you don't catch nothing. Make sure you also on the rear as well make enough gap between the wheel and the arch, you know, because I see a lot of cars, and on the front, especially around this area, when you're steering, the body shell ends up going in and tucking in behind there, and on the back here, or you know, this gets caught on the tyre, and people getting pulling over. Marshall, do my body shell, blah blah blah. So if you make those bigger than what it is, and you never have to do it, and sort of whatever, you probably all know what I'm going on about, because it has happened to all of us. So yeah, and then you dot your where you want to put this, ream it out a little bit. Oh, she's off. And then you put that behind, and then you put this on like that, and then all you do is you just turn it, and it'll cut it out. So I'll bring you back once I've done that, because I've only got a pair around here, and I haven't got a stand and things. So there we go. I'll bring you back in a sec. For you, it'd be a second. For me, it'd probably be about 5-10 minutes. Right, see you in a bit. Right, back now. Focus. So this part is where you want your flat board, you know, your setup board. So you don't want it touching the. You want to get it quite right, don't you? So that's all on. I've just snipped a bit of it off, just so it's sitting on its wheels, and the body shell isn't touching it. We can sort that all out in a minute. This is just about getting the wheel arches done and stuff. Right, now that's all right. It's sitting on its own weight. I'll mark the front wheels. There we go, there's that side. See, and when I done it in the air, it wasn't right. It's a bit out. So I'll mark it. Hopefully. There we go. Right. And to do the rear wheels, I'll do this, because there's no markings. Well, there is there, but it's always miles out because you have the body shell jacked up to whatever, you know, height you want it on the rear wing height, you know, 79mm, 83mm, whatever. And if you were to just cut it out where where that cuts out, you might as well throw the body shell away, and that's a waste. So I'll get another wheel and I'll put it there, line it up where the other one is, and I get my marker and my Sharpie, whatever one you want to, where is it? Whatever one you want to use, that one or that one, and then I'll just stick it in the wheel. There we go. Stick it in a wheel like that. This one's a bit better for the rear because it's got a fatter end on it, probably a Sharpie pen rather than that one, finer one. Here we go. So that's there. Put the pen in. And there's your red dot, or whatever colour you got. Should be near enough. Oh. Where you've dotted it, I like to dot it up a teeny bit higher. It's better to be a bit higher than a bit lower, if you know what I mean. Bruce Forsyth. Right, I'm going to do that. I'm going to pause the video. Be back. 2 seconds. Right, I've done the ring the little hole out, so I'm going to put me wheel arch, maybe falls wheel arch cutter on the backing bit anyway. So I'll do that. I'll set the rear, and so all I'm going to do is cut that out. Hang on, see if we can do that way. That's better, look, professional, that, isn't it? So just do there you go, look. How easy is that? No compass cutting and all that lot. So I'll get a picture of my feet, look. Put that back on the car. There's it. And there we have it, look. Get a light on there. That's it. It's not going to catch here. It's not going to catch there. That's what I'm going on about. People's body shells. Marshall, body shells tucked in. It's not my fault. You need to cut it right. Anyway, and then just do that with the front. Set the wheel arch cutter for the size that you want to cut the fronts. And that's your shell done, really. And then you need to just do the ride height so it doesn't touch the floor. All I do for that is I get my pen here. When you've got a smaller sort of pen like this, you can buy a block. I know a few people have got them. I don't know where you get them from. And you put the pen in the block as if I was going to put it in, the wheel here. And then it's straight, and you just do this, and you can mark it. But I like this Sharpie is better because it's a bit taller. And then you just do this. You set your height you want the shell, however you want it, and just do that basically, you know, just score it. Score it along. Chop that off. Then make sure it's not going to touch the floor. You need to put a ride height gauge and make sure it's about 6mm gap, 6mm gap here to the floor, so it's not going to catch carpet basically. Chop that off, have a check, and if you're not happy with it, you can just score it again until you think that's right. Anyway, and then you can just paint it whatever colour you want, you know, this colour, or you can do it that colour. That's for the Euros. I've got one at the moment. Well, if that's any help to anyone, just like and subscribe my channel and have a little look around. Thanks a lot. I'll do another random video at some point, maybe on my new X-ray here, and go from there. Right, thanks a lot. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope it's a bit informative. Catch you later.